say enough about what the Clippers have done. And oh, by the way, let's not poo-poo the Lakers either. Rob Pelinka didn't do a bad job going out there and getting Denny Green. All right, JaVale McGee's going to return. Rondo's going to return. You picked up Boogie Cousins. I'd still like to see the Lakers add another shooter. That's just me. But the Lakers and the Clippers are the two championship favorites in the Western Conference. Portland can't be ignored. Denver can't be ignored. Utah can't be ignored. Houston can't be ignored. San Antonio with DeMar Carroll and Morris. I mean, let me tell you, Marcus Morris, let me tell you something right now. Both of those two on the San Antonio Spurs, San Antonio has some depth. Can't be ignored. But the two clear favorites in the Western Conference have to be the Clippers and the Lakers. And I have to give the edge to the Clippers because they'll be better defensively. Danny Green helps defensively, but he ain't these dudes. He ain't Kawhi and Paul George and Patrick Beverley. He might be Harkless to a lesser degree, but even that is a challenge, is a question mark. The Clippers got some rough riders. They ain't scared. The only question about the Clippers might be size, and you know how the teams elect to go small so often in the NBA in today's day and age. I mean, this is some special stuff that happened this weekend. And Kawhi Leonard pulled off a move of epic proportions. It cannot be ignored. It cannot be shoved to the side. This brother is a quiet storm. Ain't got nothing to say. None of us knew about Paul George. I didn't have a damn clue about the Paul George angle. Not at all. I looked at his numbers, looked at what he was locked in, his commitment last year to Oklahoma City. They kept that quiet. Aaron Mint, CAA, represents Paul George. Paul George, after 1 year after having some damn concert-like atmosphere, announcing he wasn't going anywhere, says he wants out. And now where does that leave Russell Westbrook? Now, I know it's popular to pounce on Russell Westbrook because you're going to sit up there and say, Harden wanted out, wanted his own team. KD left, and now Paul George left. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all want to look at Russell Westbrook, and y'all want to blame him. I got news for y'all. I'm looking at Sam Presti. Listen, if Sam Presti's watching, let me be very, very clear. The man knows what he's doing. He's incredibly adroit at his job. We understand what they do what they do in drafts. We understand what they do in terms of picking up quality players. We get all of that. But whether it's Sam Presti and his military-like style and stringent way of doing things and promoting team at the expense of individuals, which might serve to alienate dudes, or whether it's ownership, or whether it's the city of Oklahoma City that nobody seems to want to stay in outside of Russell Westbrook, the bottom line is clear. Russell Westbrook has to go. I don't know if it's fair to judge Russell Westbrook harshly if he is in Oklahoma City. That might have everything to do with people's lack of desire to be there. If Russell Westbrook was in L.A., would people be wanting to leave him? If Russell Westbrook was in New York, would people be wanting to leave him? I appreciate Paul George coming out on Twitter or wherever the hell he came out of in support of Russell Westbrook, because I don't know if Russell Westbrook deserves blame here. I really don't know. I don't know if we can say that. Oklahoma City has a great fan base. Oklahoma City, in terms of walking into that arena and having those fans cheer for you, nothing wrong with that. But in terms of wanting to live in Oklahoma City, let's face reality, ain't nobody clamoring to go there in free agency. It was a miracle that Paul George wanted to stay. And so now what you have is a situation where they got to make a move. Miami, Houston, people bringing up the New York Knicks, who I don't believe have the requisite assets to acquire somebody like a Russell Westbrook, but considering his contract, which has 4 years, $170 million left on it, maybe that's why Sam Presti just acquired another first-round pick from somebody. Because he recognized the fact that you might have to offer Russell Westbrook with picks in order to get somebody to take on that salary. You just never know. That's a lot to ask somebody to take on for a dude approaching 31 years of age whose success is predicated on his athleticism, who in some people's eyes lost a step. I'm not giving up on Russell Westbrook. He's a super. But others have question marks. And he ain't been out the first round since KD left. 888-SAY-ESPN. It's 888-729-3776. We'll continue to talk about those things. Plus, I'm going to get into the players and people being blamed. Talking about, well, you know what? They don't like the fact that the players have exercised this power. Anthony Davis forced his way out. Paul George forced his way out. They don't like it. I'm going to tell all of you to go to hell who feel that way. And I'll explain why in a minute. Because I got news for you. You think these players have the power. You are sadly mistaken. The owners still have the power. They're laughing all the way to the bank. Open your damn eyes. Players don't have the power. It's the owners who do. And guess what? The players are the reason they have the power. I'll explain all of that and then some in a minute. You're listening live to Stephen A. ESPN Radio, ESPN News, 888-SAY-ESPN.